To the hoop, y'all. High school hoop, y'all. To the hoop, y'all. Hello. I am Coach O, and this is the National Scouting Service Podcast Show. We're going to talk some high school, area, and out-of-state sports. First off, I like to talk about Mady Creek High School. Had the opportunity to interview two of the outstanding basketball athletes in Christian Gibson, as well as in Jamal Christian II. Overall, Mady Creek is 12-10. In district, they're 4-4. They're right now sitting at fifth place. Lost to Jordan on Saturday, this past Saturday. Next up, they'll be playing Pateo on Wednesday, January the 15th. And I already said the key players is Mr. Christian Gibson and Jamal Christine. Had the opportunity to interview both of them right here on the National Scouting Service Podcast Show. They already said that they will make it to the playoffs. So we'll see how that turns out as the second part of the season moves on. Another game I like to talk about is the South Houston Trojans. Overall, the South Houston Trojans are 15-9. In district, they're 4-4. They're in fifth place as well in district. Their last game was against Pearland. I was able to attend that game. They lost 53-66. Next up, they'll be facing San Rayburn. I'm picking them to win against San Rayburn. That'll be on January the 17th. Key players on that South Houston basketball team is Jordan Buckner, outstanding point guard. This guy can shoot the ball. He can get to the rim. He can dribble. He can pass. And I think he's a great addition to the South Houston Trojans, along with my guy, Xavier Muhammad. He's the power. He's the muscle in the paint. My only opinion with the South Houston Trojans is they need to get Xavier the ball more. I know Pearland was all over the floor. They was real strong in depth as well as off the bench. But I think if you get him the ball more against strong teams like that, it'll give the open perimeter shooters more opportunities to shoot the ball. South Houston also have another shooter that can shoot the ball as well. Don't have his name at the moment, but he is an outstanding player. But I am picking South Houston over who they play, Sam Rayburn, in their next game on January the 17th. Also, I said that Mady Creek will be playing Pateo. I'm picking Mady Creek over Pateo as well. In other high school action, we had the Galveston Ball Tornadoes, my alumni, my old school. They were able to end their 3-game district losing streak with the win over the Santa Fe Indians. Ball High did come out with that game in the win 66-44 over Santa Fe. Next up is my school, is them Gators. The Dickinson Gators got back on the winning track Friday night on January the 10th with a quality road win against Deer Park. Dickinson was led by David Chong with 21 points, 6 assists, and James Turner, 20 points, 6 steals. Val Undersea, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals, and Caleb Lopez with 11 points. The Gators will be back on the hardwood at 7 p.m. this Tuesday at Clear Creek, the Clear Creek Wildcats are 1-4, which would be another hard test for the Dickinson Gators. Now, let me tell you about Clear Creek. They just played against Clear Springs, who is strong right now this year, and Clear Springs barely came out of that game with the win, with a come-from-behind win. Dickinson's on track to keep winning. They're trying to make it into the playoffs, but Clear Creek will stand in their way, so they got to make sure that everything is a go, everybody is healthy, and everything is full cylinders when they face the Clear Creek Wildcats. In other high school action, we had the Lamarck Cougars, who continue to roll through district play with the high-scoring. Headlining in the scoring for the Cougars was Joshua Minix with 20 points, Brandon Harris with 17 points, Braden Harris with 15 points. I believe they are brothers. And Jacarius Oliver, 15 points. And Josiah Johnson with 11 points. Good luck to the Cougs. Looking for you all to do great things to win district and make a strong run into the playoffs. Next up for the Lamarck Cougs, who are 5-0 in District 29 4A, will be on the road again for a 7 p.m. contest this Tuesday at El Campo. El Campo is 3-2, but I don't think they have anything for the Lamarck Cougars. Another outstanding team coming out of Galveston, Texas is the O'Connell Buccaneers. O'Connell plays in the TAPS division, but they came through with a big victory last Friday night against a UIL 4A Hardin Jefferson team. Now, with these O'Connell Buccaneers, they are a strong basketball program, being deep in the playoffs last year. I thought they was going to win it last year. They'll go deep in the playoffs again this year, make a run for the state title. Don't know how that's going to end up, but I am wishing them well into the state championship if they make it. And if they end up making it to the state championship, I am picking the O'Connell Buccaneers to win state. The Buccaneers were led by Derek Kirks Jr. with 25 points, 7 assists, and 4 steals, followed with Roddick Dozer with 13 points and 17 rebounds, and Kavion Langford Cunningham with 11 points, and Jarius Smith with 10 points and 11 rebounds. O'Connell outstanding guard, Mr. Derek Kirks Jr., been trying to get him to get an interview with him on the National Scouting Service podcast show. Haven't been able to do that yet. Probably won't get one until the school year is out, or may not get one at all. But I have been trying to reach out to him to get an interview with him on the National Scouting Service podcast show. Also in district basketball action, in District 24 3A is the Hitchcock Bulldogs. They played against Van Vliet. They beat Van Vliet 90-46. I'm looking for the Hitchcock Bulldogs to repeat going to state as well as winning state to become the first 3-time champions in Bulldog history. Also, in out-of-state basketball news, we have the Cherokee Trail basketball program, overall 8-5. In league, they're 0-0, haven't had a district game yet, and they're third in 6A Centennial Basketball League. They beat Erie on January the 10th, 46-19. Next game is on January the 22nd versus Arapahoe at Cherokee High School, and Cherokee is led by Miss Talia Strode, outstanding point guard. Already have signed, committed to go to college. I interviewed her this past weekend on the National Scouting Service podcast show. If you was able to see that interview, go to National Scouting Service on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up button, select our YouTube channel. Anytime we go live, anything get posted, you will get an alert about that, and you don't want to miss that interview. So when you get a chance, please go check it out. Also, my game of the week, just talked about the Clear Creek Wildcats, and that game of the week was the Clear Spring Chargers against the Clear Creek Wildcats. And the Clear Spring Chargers had to dig themselves out of a deep hole in this game with a come-from-behind win over the Clear Creek Wildcats. They won that game 42-41. Clear Springs was led by Madden Hill and Izu Emilife. Both scored 14 points to lead the Chargers in that win. Now, another outstanding player for the Clear Spring Chargers is Mr. Rodney Smith. Don't see him in the news with points scored. I'm pretty sure he did score some points, but without his outstanding play to help the other two outstanding players, I think Clear Spring's going to have a long season. When these three click together, they are something to reckon with. I look for them to go deep into the playoffs, to make a deep playoff run. If not, make a run into the state championship. I am Coach O. You can follow me on Twitter at Coach O Brown. You can follow National Scouting Service on Twitter at National Scouting. And if you ever have anybody that you would like for us to interview on our National Scouting Service podcast show, send them our way, send us their information. We'll get in contact with them, and we'll try to get them on our next podcast show. Also, if you follow our show on Station Head App Radio, download the Station Head app, follow National Scouting. If you send us 4 of your favorite music artists, we'll create a playlist that'll always be on our podcast radio station, as well as you can listen to it on Spotify under National Scouting Service. We're also on Facebook under National Scouting Service, as well as National Scouting Service Podcast. We're on Instagram, National Scouting, and we're also on TikTok under National Scouting Service. Again, I am Coach O, and I am one of your podcast hosts of the National Scouting Service podcast show.